Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to yet another session powered by Shubh Language Academy. And this time we have a very special guest with us. And yes, our guest for today is our B2 student, Miss Samridhi Bhatt, who scored a wonderful and amazing score at DELF B2 exam that she wrote in the month of September as an external student at Alliance Française de Delhi. She scored 93.5% marks. So, welcome, Samridhi. Congratulations for that wonderful score.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. And just to break down her score, she scored in a reading, she scored 24.50 on 25. She scored 25 on 25 in her writing section. As far as speaking section is concerned, she scored 23 on 25. And in the listening part, she scored 21 on 25. So I think that was a mesmerizing score she scored. And she had joined us in our 40 hours intensive B2 training, which was largely focusing on the written part and the spoken part. But along with that, we also worked on the listening part and the reading part. So with the very first question I'd like to ask you, Samridhi, is that how did you get in touch with us? If you can a little bit talk about that.
Yeah, so if I'm being 100% honest, I came across your YouTube videos, first of all. Okay, so I didn't know if you offered a B2 course or if you were just making content related to DELF exams. And then a few days later, I think I came across your LinkedIn profile somehow. Someone must have liked a post of yours, so I got it in my feed. And then I started, I checked out your profile in your YouTube, and I realized that you do offer B2 classes, So I was like, okay, I'm going to enroll myself in this. Because I had watched, I think, Atelier de B2, some videos that you posted related to B2. So I'd already watched those. And I was like, yes, this is the perfect course for me. So that's how I got in touch, I think.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I think with social media, our presence is everywhere, and people can judge us and they can see us. And I think that's a great way to get in touch with people, perhaps with whom we have no contacts, and then that's how we can move ahead with them. Great.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could tell a little bit about a B2 exam, as to how was your relation with B2? Were you intimidated before, writing it, as in before even joining us? What was your connect with this exam? Did you ever think that you would be writing it, or what was this whole, ambiance of this B2 exam for you? Was it scary? Was it easy? How was it?
So I had never taken a DELF exam before this, not even B1, A2, A1, at any level. So it was quite intimidating, I would say, definitely. But I had decided that I'm going to take the exam in September, no matter what, because, if you don't do it at the right time, the time keeps passing by. So I was like, I'm going to do it. But yes, it was definitely intimidating at first, but because I had no clue where to begin, where to start, what to do, how to practice, what resources to use, basically. So after getting enrolled in our classes, I would say that, at least, first of all, I found a way that, this is how the exam is conducted, and these are the resources to use, and this is how you practice for the exam, basically. Because it's one thing to know a language, but like to take an exam, it's a little different. You have to prepare yourself for the exam specifically, I would say. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, indeed. I mean, knowing language is one thing, and being able to write an exam, to be able to take it in your maximum capacity, is another training that needs complete, profound understanding of how exam module is broken into 4 parts and how you have to go about writing those parts. That's correct. So going back to the fact that you had no idea at all about A1, A2, B1, you had never written those exams, and directly you wrote B2 exams. So that in itself is a major a challenge that you had in front of you, to be able to understand how this whole exam opens up to you, and then how you write it. So my next question to you is, Samridhi, how was your experience of learning with us at Shubh Language Academy?
I had an amazing experience, to say the least. I think we began working on production oral since day one. We did not waste a single class, and we brushed up on topics in grammar from B1 as well, because with grammar we tend to forget, right? Eventually you tend to forget the rules and all that. So it was quite helpful, that we brushed upon the B1 topics before moving on to our B2 topics and all that. And I think that the resources that you share, authentic resources. For example, I remember the first expose that we did was on Écart salarial. I think that was the first topic, entre les hommes et les femmes. So you shared a lot of articles, you shared a lot of YouTube videos, and those are authentic documents from which you actually get to know the data, the stats, and how to write about it, how to write about those topics. So I think that was quite helpful. And along with that, definitely your checklist and all the documents that you had, pre-prepared documents that you used to share. That was like, we don't even have to do a lot of the work because it's already being served on a platter, basically. So that was quite helpful, I would say, definitely. And besides, we touched upon production orale and production écrite as well, because when you talk about a topic, you're also able to write about it. You're able to you already have a lot of ideas in your head, basically, right? And that was quite helpful, definitely.
Absolutely. I think you're talking about the checklist. And yeah, that was absolutely an important part of the whole experience. And the way we have to see that, have I really put in all these components that we used to talk in our classes during the production orale or production écrite? Did I dash in an anecdote, or did I put in the C clauses, subjunctive? And then did I put the idiomatic, les expressions idiomatiques, and of course the beautiful connectors, the beautiful vocabulary? Everything had to be really put in a very synchronized way so that the output that comes out, either in the spoken part or the written part, should be an embellished version of what you want to say, what you want to write, and that should really amaze the speaker or the listener who is listening to you or who is reading your work.
Yeah, I think the checklist was also very important to realize the full potential of the candidate, because a lot of times we know a lot of things, but we're not able to pack it in an answer.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Right. I think, but you were quite particular with the checklist, and you were from day one. I saw you do your work very, in a very intensive manner, and every time you had something or the other coming up, the kind of content you were putting across in terms of the topics we dealt with. Perhaps it was l'apprentissage des langues étrangères, it was la décroissance, it was le décrochage scolaire, or it was le bonheur. So we try to touch upon all the important major topics that are there covered at B2 level. Every time something or the other was there in your content, but you were following the format right from the day one. I think that kept you going in the right format, and the way you rightly mentioned that everything has to be judged and evaluated at the time of the exam. So you did not leave any stone unturned to let the examiner not to give you marks, but he or she ended up giving you marks because they saw that the checklist was well in place. Perfect, great. And you were also a regular part of our Sunday speaking series.
Yes, definitely. I was a part of the Sunday speaking series, Dire, Dimanche des idées échangées de rire. Right. So yes, it was quite helpful because you keep coming up with new topics to talk about. It's not just about B2, it's just about improving your spoken French in general. Because you touch upon a lot of topics, you listen to other people's ideas, you open your mind to new ideas. What's going on? What do other people think about it? And having debates and discussions. So I think that is very, very helpful, and especially because it's free of cost. So I think that's excellent.
Thank you so much. But indeed, I think more than free of cost, people have to pull out time from their busy schedule to be able to, discuss and be a part of it. So I think if you were there, then thank you so much for being a part of that event, because it happens at 2:00 in the afternoon, of course, and it's not a very easy time for people to, spare time on a Sunday. But you were there. Others also joined in. So we are really thankful for this huge French fraternity and the community that we have tried to develop over the span of these years, wherein everyone participates. And that's true that along with the class discussions, we also touch upon other topics as well, which are there in Sunday speaking series. They also enhance our understanding how to speak a certain topic, how to understand it through the videos that we try to put across during those sessions as well. I think you beautifully made most of it. Absolutely. And the result proves that hard work of yours. Perfect. And now, how do you see your connect with French language? Are you at ease? You're more confident? You're more comfortable with the language? And what are your future plans? If you can quickly tell us a little bit, so that our viewers who are watching your success story, they get inspired and they can also, move ahead with their journey of learning French at B2 level, perhaps.
I think I'm definitely way more confident now than I was a few months ago. Especially when it comes to spoken French, I am way more confident now. And obviously, the level of French has improved a lot. It has improved drastically between B1 and B2 levels now. And as for my future plans, I have applied for assistant d'anglais in France. And I hope I get in, and I hope I'm able to go to France next year to be able to teach English in public schools.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Such a beautiful project you have for yourself. And I think everything that you have learned with us and elsewhere as well in French, I'm sure that's going to culminate in the kind of energy you're going to bring to those French students who are going to learn English with you. So our best wishes to you, Samridhi, for your future endeavors. And at the very last point, I would like to quickly ask you, is there any any kind of suggestions, any kind of tips or tricks that you would like to share with our B2 students who are preparing for B2 exam that you would like to dash in quickly for them?
Definitely, yes. I think that everyone should practice at least like 2 to 3 audios per day. Now, the trick is to also like read the transcription, right? Because a lot of people they listen to audios, but they don't really read the transcription after having attempted the questions. But that's very important because you're able to realize what words were they saying basically. If you're not able to realize the sounds when you were listening to the audio, you're able to understand the words after reading the transcription. So I think that's quite important. And again, one thing that I learned from you en ce qui concerne la production orale, that's that make a checklist and have a plan ready beforehand, because when you're sitting there, the 30 minutes, they just go by. It's like lightning. So I think to have a plan beforehand so that you're able to fit in your topic and you know what you're going to say. You're going to give an introduction of the topic. You're going to, dash in a little anecdote from your personal life, probably, or some examples. And, you're going to end with a conclusion and you're going to talk about pros or cons or whatever. So to have that in mind, and I think what better than to, use that checklist and see if you've added everything, whatever you had to say. And that's about it, I think.
Perfect. I think very beautifully you have summed up, and so an exposure of a lot of topics that you have read and learned and seen and discussed about, and then of course the plan that we always put in a very big priority so that you are able to do it. And as you rightly mentioned, that 30 minutes they won't suffice during the exam day. So the kind of hard work and the energy that you put every time in your expose and the writing section, that gives you a clear picture of as to how you're going to take up those topics, and your anecdotes is in place, your checklist is in place, your plan is in place, then everything is in place, and then you would culminate by saying pour revenir à la question que j'ai soulevée tout au début. I think that's how you would actually buckle it up, and you would tell the examiners or the other person who's reading your book that you were exactly on the response of this question that you had, as a problematic you had brought out at the very beginning. Voila. So I think that was a beautiful interaction with you, Samridhi. Thank you so much.
Speaking.
Yeah, please carry on. I think there's some little delay with the internet, so please carry on.
Yeah. That's okay. I was saying that as for speaking and writing, the documents that we read, maybe news articles or YouTube videos, those are also very important because you're able to get these new ideas that you can use when speaking about whatever topic you're given on the spot. The more you know, the better you're able to speak.
Absolutely.
So that was quite helpful.
I think that's a very interesting point you're mentioning here, that how you relate everything that you have read, everything that you have heard, you have listened onto the videos or YouTube or wherever, and how do you make a link? As we say in French, il faut enfiler toutes les idées, and how you really make sense out of it. Maybe you have heard a song, or maybe you have read a poetry somewhere, and you try to put it across in your expose or in your writing section. That also gives a deep understanding of your knowledge about the culture and civilization of that country, especially France in this case. And then how do you put it across in a way that impresses the other person and really strengthens the word that you're putting across. So I think to make most of everything that you know and to be present and being mindful is very important at the same time. So it's language and the presence of mind, and then being able to really, as we say, join all the dots and to make something sensible out of it. That also plays a big part in this whole journey of yours, which I can very well understand that if you are scoring 93.5 marks in B2 level, which means you have really made most of this whole understanding, and you've been able to deliver what you had in your thoughts and your mind. Perfect. All right. So thank you so much, Samridhi, for sparing your valuable time with us, and we are really thankful to you. And I hope that viewers who are watching this video, they will make most of this this exchange that we have that we could do with you. And I'm sure they will be getting energized, and a lot of encouragement will be will be taken by them through this exchange of ours. And I'm sure that if at all you have any more queries, dear students, dear learners, if you are trying to do B2 level or any other level, if you're interested, and if you think that we can bring some kind of help to you, please feel free to get in touch with us at Shubh Language Academy, the French House Jaipur, and we'll be sharing our details in this video at the end. So with that, we are wrapping the session up. Once again, thank you so much, Samridhi, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Keep shining, keep smiling. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.